Hi friend, welcome to Zio Entire. Today we are going to discuss one more topic or one more aspect which is related to the structural geology, that is fold. In our mind, question is arises when we speak or when we talk about geological folds. So as we know that order of superposition of the beds, suppose so these are the beds. This is the A bed, this is the B bed, this is C bed, and this is D bed. In this sequence, A is the younger one or youngest bed, whereas D is the oldest bed. So this is the common sequence called as order of superposition. But what happens sometimes when we see a bed or rock that was originally flat or planar in nature, and it becomes bent and to form a huge arc shape. Suppose these are the beds. This is bed. Due to some forces, due to some compressional forces, these beds become like this. So when such type of bed is converted into the such type of shape, so that is called as folds. So folds are nothing but the wavy undulations which are developed into the earth crust. So that is nothing but the fold. When we see the fold in practically or in on the crust, it may be hundreds of meters. So because there in the earth crust there have a lot of tremendous forces which are exist on the earth crust. So the large scale folds are seen generally on the mountainous area. So they may be Alps mountain, they may be Himalayan mountain, and other mountain of the world, they show such type of structure. So because of the forces which are present on the earth crust, and because of that there is a presence of such type of folds. The fold itself express the deformation. If some bed or bed is showing folding structure, it means it goes some deformation process because of the some forces. So that is nothing but the fold. Fold structure is produced when a originally planar surface becomes bent or curved as a result of deformation. So this is nothing but the, in simple way, this is called a folds. Now there are some general terminology which are generally used to study the basic of the folds. We will see folds nomenclature. So first concept or first term we are going to discuss, that is the what is hinge point. So hinge is nothing but the point of maximum curvature. Suppose this is a fold. So this is a point where maximum curvature is find out in this particular fold. So this is called a hinge point. And this hinge point, it is also called as closure, C-L-O-S-U-R. It is also called as C-L-O-S-U-R, closure. So this is nothing but the hinge. Every fold, each and every fold having such type of point called as hinge point or hinge. Next term, that is the limb. Suppose these are the folds. Suppose this is the maximum curvature point, this is the one edge point, hinge point, and this is another hinge point, this is another hinge point, and this is another hinge point. So these are the hinge points, H-I-N-G. So what is this limb? So suppose this is a limb. Each limb is common. Suppose this is a limb from this point to this point. This is called a limb. So each limb is common to the adjacent folds. Third one, that is the hinge line. What is hinge line? We have already discussed what is hinge? Point of maximum curvature, that is called as hinge point. So now what is hinge line? Suppose this is a limb, this is a fold, and in this fold, suppose this is one point. So this is a fold. So this is a point of maximum curvature. Here again this is point, this is again point, this is again point, this is 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 point. This line is called as hinge line. When we connect all the hinges, all the hinge point together, then there is a imaginary line is formed, and that line is called as hinge line. So that is nothing but the hinge line. Then fourth terminology, that is the axial plane. What is the axial plane? Suppose this is a fold. It is a plane of surface due to which the fold is divided in two equal parts. That is nothing but the axial plane. Suppose this is a fold and this fold is divided into two equal parts symmetrically. So that is nothing but the axial plane. So in this particular fold, this is the axial plane of this particular fold. Axial plane may be sometimes vertical, horizontal, or sometimes inclined also at any intermediate angle. So that is nothing but the axial plane. Now the next terminology, that is the axis of fold. What is this fold axis? Generally when we see the any fold, suppose this is a fold, this is fold. So it is imaginary straight line parallel to the hinge line. Okay. So this is the axial plane of this particular fold. This is the hinge point. This is the hinge line. Fold axis is always parallel to the hinge line in cylindrical folds. So that is nothing but the fold axis. So this is the fold axis. The next terminology, that is the interlimb angle. Suppose this is a fold. This is the inflection point of this particular fold. These are called as inflection points. Later on we will discuss what is the inflection point. So this is the inflection point. This is the inflection point. This is the inflection point. When we draw the tangent from the surface toward the inflection point, the angle is formed. This angle. So we say this is alpha. The angle alpha, in this case, this is called an interlimb angle. We will draw one fold. Okay, suppose the angle is like this. Suppose this is 180 degree to 120 degree. These are the gentle folds, G and T, gentle folds. If the angle between 120, so this is 70 degree. The interlimb angle between 120 degree to 70 degree, those folds are called as open folds. Those folds having angle in between 70 to 30. So this is 30 degree, this is 30 degree. Those folds having angle in between 70 degree to 30 degree, those folds are called as closed folds. So these are called as closed folds. If the angle of the fold in between, if the fold having angle in between 30 degree to 0 degree, so these are called as tight folds. When both limb having interlimb angle is 0 degree, then those folds are called as isoclinal folds. So interlimb angle denotes or shows the degree of tightness of that particular fold. So this is nothing but the interlimb angle. So next terminology, that is the inflection point. INFLECTION, inflection point. Suppose this is a fold. So this is one fold we will take. Suppose this is the limb and this limb is common in between two folds. The point where concavity reverses on regular folds, this is the midpoint of limb. So inflection point is nothing but the midpoint of the limb, from where one limb, half limb of first one and half limb of other one divided and its concavity reverses. That point is called as inflection point. So this is a inflection point. This is called an inflection point. When we draw a line through this inflection point, okay, through this inflection point, the line is formed. That line is called as inflection line. INFLECTION, inflection line. Next aspect, that is the plunge. So when we see, this is anticlinal fold and the hinge line is like this. So this is a hinge line of this particular fold, and this is horizontal. So this is the angle between the horizontal plane and axis of maximum elongation. Suppose this will be the maximum angle of elongation. This angle is called as, the angle is formed, this is the hinge line to the horizontal plane. This is a horizontal plane, this is a horizontal plane parallel to this one. This is the hinge line or hinge plane. That angle is called as plunge angle. If fold is like this is called a non-plunging fold. If fold is like this, then this fold is called as plunging folds. So this is the basic terminology which are generally used in the folds. So in this lesson we have discussed what are folds and what are the different nomenclature or terminology which are used in the folds. So if you like my video, share and subscribe my YouTube channel, that is GeoEntire, all about that.